Last of Us. Let's talk about it one more time. We finally reached our season finale of Last of Us. What an amazing ride this show has been. And this episode concluded the show in such a perfect way. The journey of Last of Us is so perfectly executed, and you really feel that you're going with these characters. And that is due to what a great beginning it had. Because the beginning introduced us so well to the show, and it prepared us for the journey we're going to take. They delivered on this finale. This finale is a huge moment. So many things happen, and big debates come up due to this very, very big ending. Now we're going to get into some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode or this series, have this as your indication to go to HBO Max and start watching Last of Us. This episode's big moment is Joel deciding to save Ellie, killing everyone in the hospital. And many people debate whether Joel was right for doing that or was wrong for doing that. I personally think that Joel shouldn't have lied to Ellie, and he should have probably checked if Ellie was okay with it. But given the circumstances that the Fireflies might not actually be successful with it, because I actually found out online that the doctor who was involved with the surgery actually only had a bachelor's degree. So, not that a bachelor's degree in medicine is bad, but you're no surgeon, especially no brain surgeon. So he could have easily messed up their one specimen to find a cure. Also, in the first episode, we get the doctor who says you can't cure fungus. There can't be any vaccines. And then we get the lady who is like, bombed them. Every expert before the pandemic started in The Last of Us has said that there was no cure. It's impossible to make one. So even if Ellie was an anomaly, a miracle child, and even if she could cure humanity, the Fireflies could have messed it up. And if anything, maybe the Fireflies could corrupt themselves. That's just one of my theories, that if the Fireflies had the cure to their disposal, who is there to stop them from becoming someone like Fedra, where they're elitist and they handpick people who can get cured based on a super unfair system. I can go on and on about how the Fireflies could have easily messed this up. So I'm always going to be Team Joel, although I do hate that Joel lied to Ellie. That was Joel's opportunity to come off clean to Ellie. Maybe when they're leaving the hospital, I get that, but when she makes him swear, Joel should have came off clean. And I think Ellie would have understood. I think she would have. Also, the Fireflies. Marlene. If Marlene really wanted to get the cure, she should have waited until Joel was awake and not put Ellie to sleep. Like, I know she was like, I know she thinks she knows Ellie, but if she truly knew Ellie, if she'd asked Ellie, hey, this surgery might kill you, are you okay with going through this? She would have said yes. Ellie would have said yes a million times to sacrifice her life to save humanity. Because she's seen so many people close to her, like Riley, Sam, Tess, and she probably knows about her mom dying too, which we'll get into in a minute. All dying because of the infected. She wants to save people from her suffering. So of course she would have said yes if Marlene just sat her down and asked her. And I'm sure if Joel saw that interaction between Marlene and Ellie begging Joel to let her do this, Joel would have walked away. And he would have been able to say goodbye to Ellie. The slow motion, the drowning out of the sound of the bullets and yelling. It was so done. It was done perfectly. I was hooked to my seat, and I was like, "This is it. This is how you do the finale." It's definitely one of Joel's most brutal moments, if not the most brutal moment he has had this whole series. I think this is how you close out a series. It was done so well. I loved that we also got to see the actress who plays Ellie in the games play Ellie's mom. I think that's just such a symbolic way, the person who plays Ellie in the games, to be Ellie's mom in the show. Because she's kind of like, not passing the torch, but giving the opportunity for someone to flourish as Ellie. I love how they brought all these actors from the games I really love seeing them all in different roles, whether they were villains, reimagined roles, or completely new characters. This series is definitely one of my top five, for sure. It has one of the best first seasons I've ever seen. It's definitely the greatest adaptation of a video game of all time, and it's definitely one of the best adaptations of all time. That means includes Broadway plays, poems, books, whatever. It's one of the greatest adaptations of all time. This show was perfection. It's definitely a 12 out of 10 for me. Really loved it. It's one that I'm going to keep rewatching moments and even full episodes because it's just that great of a show. Last of Us, what an amazing show. And this is our last episode review that we're going to do for Last of Us. So if you've been watching all these episodes, thank you for joining me in this little journey of reviewing, discussing, and just having fun with this great show. Hopefully, if you've seen one of the reviews that encouraged you to watch the episode that I talked about or watch the show, Last of Us, I'm glad we got to talk about it. What an amazing journey. These 9 weeks have been peak television for me. Well, have you seen Last of Us yet? Have you seen the finale yet? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm Marco Castañeda. Till next time.